Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Today's top story: the Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs declared Washington one of Iowa's great places late last week, a recognition of the community's dedication to the arts, culture, and growth. These communities are committed to transforming their towns and businesses by growing their creative workforce, Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs Director Chris Kramer said in a news release. These programs help Iowans develop and focus a vision for the sustainable development of their cultural places while generating new economic opportunities. We look forward to partnering with them to make their visions a reality. Washington is one of 4 new names on the Great Places list this year, putting the total to 42 cities around the state. The city applied for Great Places designation when the program first launched in 2006, but was turned down. The state recommended establishing a Main Street program, a suggestion the community ran with. It was very project-based, and we didn't have enough momentum to get a project done at the time we applied, Main Street Washington Executive Director Sarah Grunwald said. We got designated as a Main Street community in 2008, and we've had a lot of success. The application itself was a 2-year process with a non-official committee of community members seeking community feedback, establishing goals for the future, and creating a 25-page document spelling out what made Washington a great place. In addition to the recognition's marketing use that helps put communities on the map, it opens up grant opportunities. The IDCA allows designated Great Places to apply for funding to single projects during the 5-year designation period. While the grants are competitive, awards have ranged from just over $31,000 to $400,000. That is according to the state. And the average is just over $231,000. Iowa State University Extension and Outreach will offer the Iowa Master Conservationist Program starting September 8th of this year. The program will take place in Washington and Keokuk counties, providing participants with hands-on interaction with the diversity of the state's natural resources. The program teaches about Iowa's natural ecosystems and the diversity of conservation challenges and opportunities that exist in the region. Graduates of the course learn to make informed choices for leading and educating others to improve conservation in Iowa. The program consists of approximately 12 hours of online curriculum and 7 face-to-face meetings. The online modules will include lessons and resources by Iowa State subject matter experts to be reviewed at the participants' own pace. Module topics include conservation history and science, understanding Iowa ecosystems, implementing conservation practices in human-dominated landscapes, and developing skills to help educate others about conservation practices. 7 face-to-face meetings will build on the online lessons and be held at several local locations. Each face-to-face meeting will be led by local subject matter experts to demonstrate how the principles covered in the online curriculum and play out locally. Locations are Lake Belvedere, Lake Darling, ISU Research Farm, Mar Park, and local farms. A meal will be provided at each meeting. Registration for the course is $30 and is due at the time of registration. To register, contact the ISU Extension and Outreach of Washington County or Keokuk County. The deadline to register is August 24th at 4 p.m. It is now time for obituaries. Laverne Dale Miller Sr. of Kelowna passed away on July 23rd at the age of 75. Services will be held at 10:30 on July 28th at Sunnyside Mennonite Church in Kelowna. Yoder Powell Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we will have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Hello and welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for the weather. It is currently 79 degrees and cloudy. This evening, temperatures will drop down to 71 degrees and remain cloudy overnight. There's a 59% chance of isolated thunderstorms. Tomorrow will be warmer with a high of 85. There will be a few passing clouds, but otherwise sunny. Temperatures will drop back down a little on Thursday, with the high being 82 degrees. It will be partly cloudy, which seems to be the conditions for the rest of the week. Friday will continue the downward trend in temperature with a high of 80 degrees. Saturday temperatures will rise up to 84 degrees and be partly cloudy. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
It was an eventful year in the state tournament across all classes of high school baseball. Each class has prospective dominant teams that never showed any doubt in dominance, while others had lower seeds make some noise. While all the state champions now crowned, it's time to take a look back at the state tournament from each class. Let's start with Class 1A. In 1A, it was number 3 seeded New London who hoisted the state championship trophy. The Tigers defeated number 1 seeded Remsen St. Mary's 8-7 to win the school's first ever state title. They were the lowest seeded champion from any class. New London's journey started with Cam Anita. They downed the Cougars 12-3 in the quarterfinals and followed that up with the thrashing of number 2 seeded Newman Catholic 16-1 in the semifinals. In Class 2A, number 1 Van Meter went unbeaten and won its 4th straight state title. The Bulldogs defeated number 2 Estherville Lincoln Central 10-0 in 5 innings to win the championship. On the opposite side of the bracket, the big upset came in the form of Union area number 6 seeded Mid Prairie. The Golden Hawks avenged a regular season loss with a 3-2 victory over number 3 Cascade in the opening round. In the semis, Estherville Lincoln Central edged Mid Prairie 7-4 to advance to the final. Class 3A through Class 3A, number 1 Davenport Assumption had the most dominant run, but it was number 2 seeded Western Dubuque that beat Assumption 7-1 in the state championship. Western Dubuque squeaked by number 7 Winterset in the quarterfinal round 4-3. The Bobcats then defeated Sergeant Bluff Luton 9-6 to earn a spot in the final. Sergeant Bluff Luton upset number 3 Lewis Central 5-4 to make the semifinal. On the other side of the bracket, Assumption defeated number 8 Pella 11-1 and then number 5 Independence 13-1 before their loss to Western Dubuque. Independence were winners 8-7 over number 4 West Delaware in the 2's quarterfinal. Class 4A, number 1 Johnston was 4A's state champion. The Dragons defeated number 6 Dowling Catholic 11-1 to win themselves a state title. Johnson beat Iowa City Liberty 6-3 in the quarterfinal and then ran through number 5 Waukee Northwest 11-3 in the semifinal. Waukee Northwest defeated number 4 Waukee 7-2 in the quarterfinal round. Dowling Catholic upset 2 higher seeds through its first 2 rounds. The Maroons toppled number 3 Prairie 8-2 and then number 2 Iowa City High 6-4 to punch their ticket to the final. Iowa City High won its quarterfinal matchup 10-0 against number 7 Indianola before falling to Dowling. That is the news for Washington and the surrounding area. This has been the Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I am your host, Nick Steffens, and I will see you next time.